So this video is gonna act like a game one reaction, like a long format game one reaction of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Indiana Pacers at the New York Knicks. Game one, Madison Square Garden. Game opened up. Both teams opened up hot, hitting shots from the field. The Knicks were not exactly showing a bunch of defensive resistance. But again, this game came down to, or what the story of this game was, the fact that the Knicks were up double digits with under 3 minutes on the game clock and found a way to squander this game at home. Something like this happens to you on the road. Looking at it from Indiana's perspective, they've done this every single round to the other two teams they played. They did this to Cleveland. They did this to Milwaukee. They were up 7 and they were up 7 in an elimination game. The Bucks, that is. And Milwaukee ended up coming back. Indiana ended up coming back and still in that game. They did the same thing against Cleveland, where you start to make mistakes against them. They kind of go quick. They go for the kill. And they end up getting teams. Like, teams just seem to not be prepared for these moments against Indiana. And I can't imagine why. I can't imagine how the Knicks watched what happened against Milwaukee. Ends with Tyrese Halliburton left to right dribble. Hezi left to right dribble. Dribbling past Giannis to lay it up. And to eliminate the Bucks. Albeit, yeah, Dame got injured. He went out with the Achilles. But that's how they eliminated the Bucks. And then in the second round, they did that to Cleveland, I believe, twice. I don't think they did. I think they stole 2 games from Cleveland that way, where Cleveland appeared to be in control of the game going to the closing moments, and mistake after mistake after mistake, and Indiana wins the game. So you think, after seeing just on this postseason run alone, in the last month or so, seeing 2 other teams get burned like this, you think the Knicks would be prepared to run, in some instances, simpler offensive sets to get quicker shots. In other instances, run the clock out. What are y'all doing? There's moments here where the play is very simple. The clock is your friend. You are up. Run the clock out. Karl-Anthony Towns takes a quick layup. Are you stat padding, bro? Is this a playoff game and I gotta ask you if you're stat padding? Because why did you take that layup there? Like, go back and watch the end of this game. The Knicks had their chances, and again, they squandered it. It could have been worse because there's an inbounds pass that they kind of messed up the play, or they didn't screen it right, and then the ball sails over Josh Hart, and he has to kind of come and get it. That ended up kind of going their way. There's a play where nobody's in the backcourt. They're out of timeouts because they had to blow a timeout earlier. And Josh Hart is trying to beg somebody to come back and get the ball. Jalen Brunson gets it in the corner, bounces it between 2 defenders, and somehow it ends up in OG Anunoby's hands. These are all lucky plays. Trust me, this game could have been over. It would have been crazier. This game could have been over quicker. The fact that after all the mistakes they made, they still found themselves, because of Tyrese Halliburton's foot on the line, they still found themselves with enough luck to, he shoots his 3 and his foot is on the line. It ends up being a 2, but it sails up, and as soon as it sailed out the camera frame, I said, you know what, that's going right through. Came right back in the camera frame, went right through, just like that. Lucky his foot was on the line, they counted it as a 2, but a couple inches back, he's wearing a size smaller sneaker, and yeah, this could have been way more embarrassing. So they got a chance to go to overtime, even though they made, just off me watching the game last night, they made at least 3 or 4 errors. I know they don't count errors in basketball, but they should, because this postseason teams have been making errors in closing out the Pacers, and the Pacers have been routinely taking advantage. So to see it happen again to the Knicks is like, did y'all not watch tape on this team? Did you guys not watch the tape? You guys didn't do a scouting report for these guys? Like, I don't know. And I don't want to just pile in and rag on the Knicks, because there are some encouraging things. If you watch the entire game, you take it quarter by quarter and you break it down, there are definitely some encouraging things here. But yeah, you got to be more prepared to close out those games in those moments. This is a playoff game at home. It can't seem to me, you cannot convince me it's wise to spot an average road team a road win, because that's what the Indiana Pacers were on the road the entire season, an average road team, and you spotted them a road win. With that said, through the playoffs, the Knicks have been a very good road team. So if they feel confident that they can head into the Indiana, I think they call it the field house, and steal a game, steal two. They won road games against Detroit and Boston. I think they won at least 2 road games in each of the previous series. Are they confident are they saying we're confident enough to go into Indiana and steal a game? Indiana is a lot more dangerous at home. If you cannot check an average road team's role players on the road, what are they going to do to you at home? Maybe y'all play better. It's very possible. The Knicks have been a good road team. But from what I saw, yeah, the Knicks squandered that game. That's the story of Game 1, Eastern Conference Finals, Pacers at Knicks. The Knicks squandered this one. Threw it in the garbage. We don't even want this win. Fumbled it. Completely. So, with that said, like and subscribe for more content. Stay tuned. So, let's, before I close out the video, kind of quick to the close there. My bad. I'll get back to that. So I'll close out. What would I say the Knicks have to do for Game 2? Well, be ready to go with your sets in crunch time if the game gets tight. Understand, if you're up, you might want to dribble out the ball. Be prepared, Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby. Be prepared to knock down your free throws. The adjustments are simple. They were up 4 in overtime, so it's like that's the thing too. Even after all of that, even after how they made 4 or 5 errors to close out the fourth quarter, they still found themselves up 4 in overtime. Again, so it's not like I can't say they folded in the moment, but it's just the errors that they made. Going too quick on offense, taking too long to inbound the ball, using complicated offense in spaces where they should be using a simpler offense. So, again, these are Tom Thibodeau's got to be better, and the coaching staff has to be better as a unit. I expect that. I think they expect that too, and we'll see. But we've got a series, and you don't want to spot an average road team like Indiana, a road win, and you got Reggie Miller on the telecast giving Tyrese Halliburton his due. Like, yeah, man, good one. Yeah, where's Mike Breen and Clyde Frazier? The Knicks have been abysmal for years. They deserve better than Reggie Miller and Tyrese Halliburton have a moment in the Garden. They deserve better than that. And it's on these guys to give it to them. So that's my preview for Game 2. Game 2 is tonight at the time of this recording of this video. It's later today. Like and subscribe for more content. I'll have a Game 2 recap of Pacers Knicks up shortly after the game wraps. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe for more content. Appreciate you listening.